name is Lindsey Greeno, and my partner's name is Hayes Cochran. We have selected to read and analyze Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, by Angela Duckworth for our MBA book club selection. In her New York Times bestseller, Duckworth evaluates the concept of grit. A psychologist, MacArthur Fellow, and the founder and scientific director of the Character Lab, Duckworth has researched and reflected upon this critical trait. Duckworth defines grit as the combination of passion and perseverance for the achievement of long-term goals. This itself is no easy feat. Grit requires one to strike an appropriate balance between mastery as well as exploration. I find this balance quite intriguing. On one hand, people are told to find something and become an expert. Don't be a jack of all trades. Conversely, we're encouraged to explore our options because we may not know what we're truly incredible at yet. Most of us can quickly grasp the importance of perseverance for success. That's only half of the equation, according to Duckworth. The other half is an unwavering interest and passion for a singular pursuit. A person with grit wakes up thinking about the same questions they go to bed at night thinking about. Duckworth has determined that those at the top of their fields speak of their work with meaning as well as a desire to help others. She also found that high-succeeding individuals are driven by a purpose beyond themselves. To illustrate this, Duckworth conducted a study at West Point. Admission considers candidates' whole candidate score. This score includes their SATs, their class rank, demonstrated leadership ability, and physical aptitude. Even with such a rigorous admissions process, about 1 in 20 candidates drop out before the summer of training. In consideration of this, Duckworth wanted to see if grit could serve as a predicting score. In the first week of training, cadets were given a short grit questionnaire. Then at the end of the summer, those who scored highest on the grit scale were also the ones who were left standing. I found this survey quite interesting. When you consider those of equal talent, grit is the differentiating factor. For myself, I've noticed right before a big leap of faith in any pursuit, there's always this frustrating moment when I realize how not good I am at it. The perception of increased ability precedes the ability. When I observe the excellence of others, I almost don't want to see how the person got there. As written by Duckworth, in other words, we want to believe that Mark Spitz was born to swim in a way that none of us were, and that none of us could. We don't want to sit on the pool deck and watch him progress from amateur to expert. We prefer our excellence fully formed. We prefer mystery to mundanity. But Duckworth says the process of becoming a true expert therein holds meaning. Duckworth states that first, people become interested, then they have a desire to be better, and ultimately they find a purpose. You realize that this can be meaningful to not only you, but to others. And ultimately, you explore your individual style and find out what makes you, you. I will now turn the rest over to Hayes.
Duckworth makes it clear that the function of experience is crucial to developing one's grit. While there have been studies that have shown grit can be genetically transferred, it's the life experiences that we have that determine how much of our grit can grow and mature. Duckworth names 4 different psychological assets that generally make up one's sense of grit. These 4 assets are interest, practice, purpose, and hope. While these are all on surface level may seem obvious, Duckworth's analysis in her book, all through the different chapters, is very enlightening. Duckworth describes interest as a critical factor for being gritty. Passion is crucial for figuring out what drives your grit. People often get sucked into jobs or industries because it's the practical thing to do. For people that don't know what they want to do, this practicality can be good. However, we have developed these unrealistic expectations, much like finding the perfect soulmate, and so we strive to find a perfect fit and something we're naturally good at. Of course, you don't need to stick with your first job, but people often get fed up too quickly and leave companies in search for this better fit. Gritty people will find a way to love what they're doing and develop a passion for it. Sometimes you can find your passion from doing things you don't like to do. Some tips Duckworth provides to find this passion is to have constant interactions, such as pursuing new hobbies. You could be very bad at what you love to do, but grit and practice can help develop your skills towards achievement. Developing your skills is something that many people find frustrating. As Lindsey pointed out, people are uncomfortable with seeing other people succeed that didn't start out with natural talent. We often look at the things we've accomplished and say, well, that's good enough. However, gritty people tend to look at the negative things, but in an optimistic sort of way. They look at the things they're not good at and set a deliberate goal to practice it until it's mastered. While at first this can be mentally exhausting, once improvement starts to show itself, the grit to keep going through the flow rises. Once you accomplish this goal, you're sure to be thirsty to take on another one. Additionally, it's okay to fail. Failing is part of being a good and relatable role model. But as Duckworth says, grit wins if you get back up and keep trying. Purpose is many times what gets us up and gets us going. Not only do we feel that what we're doing matters, but it matters to someone else. Duckworth points out that there are two ways to pursue happiness and fulfillment, and you can either be influenced in a self-centered way or in harmony with something or someone else. One way to facilitate purpose is offering help to anyone you can. It's important to have interactions and lend advice and also take advice wherever needed, because as Duckworth points out, you never know who might be the next great influencer. However small and meaningful, you can take something that you're doing now and make those small contributions. These small actions are what drive discovering one's purpose. Last but not least, Duckworth discusses hope, the resolve to make tomorrow a better day. Having an optimistic view on your surrounding environment and accepting the harm you can't control and taking actions against the harm you can impact. My favorite phrase of this book was Duckworth pointing out that when you keep trying, there's always a chance you're going to accomplish or find what you're looking for. But when you give up, you lose that chance of reaching it. The best way to keep hope and optimism high is through self-practice and deliberate self-talk, saying positive things to yourself and acknowledging the small victories, and to not be afraid to ask for help when needed. Interest, practice, purpose, and hope. The 4 ingredients you need to keep grit going. I hope this was of some value to those listening, and I encourage you to go out and buy the book. I have no doubt that it will have the same positive impact on your lives as much as it did mine.